Looks like the cow is ready. That's the best noise of them all. Alrighty, let's talk to everybody. Hey Louise, I was trying to plant some crops without being scared of them. What? Oh right, you don't remember the carrot incident. Nope, I do not. Ooh, I spent all day yesterday crafting some building materials. I want to help someone out, you know. Here, take these. Plain brick. Nice. I feel like someone was in a weird spot. Oh, here we go. My spooky friend. Are Willow's cookies really that good? I've yet to try one. In art culture, putting a pile of dirt on someone is a sign of affection. Do you find that to be very romantic? Well, it looks like I can flirt with her. That's fun. I think you have strong muscles too. Ooh. I wonder if there's anything at the bottom of this well. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. I really love animals, especially farm animals. Sometimes I like to roll them around in the mud with the piggies and oink with them. Interesting. Interesting activity. Oh, I bought a bunch of recipes. I should see what people want and if I have any of the things they want. He wants his place to be closer to the smelter. A furnace bed, a cobblestone carpet, and a rocket chair. I don't think I have any of those things. So moving on, I guess. Hi. Yesterday I learned that the endless forest could be a portal to another world. I have so many questions that can't really be endless. I wonder what's on the other side. Let's hang out. Ooh, could we look for random items along the way? Of course. Oh, she wants to be closer to the museum, which is also not close to her. I want a teacup bed, a dainty carpet, a pedal chair. I might have some of these things. I do have a pedal chair. Ooh. Her house is looking really bare. Okay. Dainty carpet and a teacup bed. Dalton's house. Aqua carpet, adventurer's chair, ocean bed, and close to the shop. No one's house is where they want it to be. Oh, not decorative. Hold on. What did he say he wanted? Adventurer's chair, ocean bed. I do have an ocean bed. Do I have the stuff for it though? I do indeed. Okay, ocean bed, aqua carpet, adventurer's chair. Adventurer's chair. Ooh, I do have that. An aqua carpet. I don't think I have that. I do not. Close. Close, but not quite. Alright, let's see. A shanty table and a whole wallpaper. I don't think I have any wallpaper. Oh, I didn't build her a bookcase. I thought I'd build one for everyone, but I didn't. turquoise carpet, a moody bed, and an obsidian chair. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Sorry, friend. Wizard table, by the hot air balloon, staircase wallpaper, and lavender carpet. I don't think I have any of those things. Sorry, friend. Okay, let's see. Contemporary wallpaper, but I might have some of these. Yes, I do. Ooh, the wallpaper really changes how it looks. Bird's nest table. Nope. And the last thing is an artsy carpet. Let's see. No, I definitely don't have it. Well, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, Willow's house. A dainty table, a grassy green carpet, and elfwood wallpaper. I might have the... No, I don't have any of these things. I do not. Well, let's see what's at the store. Hello, welcome! How are you? How has your day been? Dainty table. Teacup picture. Pine flooring. Table. Thank you so much. I was like, I had to do something fun. And why not do glow sticks? They don't get in the way and they're silly. Say, was the Dark Wizard good looking? Hmm? You can't remember even that. Yeah, I went to the dollar store on my way home from work and I was like, I have to find something. About to go to school. Good luck on your exam. What's the class that the exam is for? I don't know if the way I worded that made sense. What is the exam you're taking? What class is it for? Or subject, I guess. Physics. Ooh, good luck. Do you feel like you're ready, or are you kind of just like, I'll just take it and see what happens? Because I've definitely been both of those. Farming, gathering, mining. Let's do mining. Why not? Oh, this is where I wanted to go. Nice. Ooh, I have another door I can go through. So does that mean... Oh, no. Oh, no. This doesn't feel fair when he's, like, right there. Right when I start. All I can say is... I read my note as much as I can. Yeah, there you go. You've studied what you can. I've done your best. That's the best you can do. I don't miss taking tests. Oh, okay, we're getting out of there. Yeah, especially for physics, I feel like sometimes you just don't. You have no idea what it's gonna be like. Could go well, could go not so well. Let's go through the other cave. Ooh. Another one right here. That is not fair. Let's get this chest. my goodness. Well, we're doing better now that we're up here. Let's go to the, what's it called? The forest. I know there's a spooky tree around here somewhere. Oh. Hydro card. Fun. I got away. Alright, let's go home. Maybe cook some stuff. Let's see how much stuff we have. Ooh, everyone ate all the food. Yes. Okay. What is today's hint? Carrot. Fish. Nope. A solemn burger. I don't have much of those fish left because they're only from the spring. So I will hold off on making stuff with them. Oh yes, I am tired. I do too. I love them. And they seem really random a lot of the time. Like I think my favorite is the cow. If I were to rank them, the cow noise. Next would be the noise that it makes when you hiding cows. Oh boy. When you destroy a plant, it does like the glass shattering sound, which makes no sense at all. I don't know what my third one would be. Maybe the cooking one. Lots of heroic merit. Okay, let's see what this is. The cow rancher's upset. All of his cows are hiding from him. Except for this one. Oh. This is the only cow that the cow rancher could catch. She's in big trouble. But she found her, so that's good. Could you give me 1 carrot? I have that. Thanks, Louise. What does a ghost cow say to scare people? Moo! Oh, that's it. At least hers had actually a punchline. Dalton doesn't. Daltons don't, usually. So do I just look around here for the cow? Or am I looking elsewhere? Not the cows, I know! Who's this? There's someone behind here that I just swapped places with. Who is it? The cow wants to eat an eggplant. I only have 1 cow, I'm so sorry. I can't plant it yet. So I guess it's not that cow. Oh, I didn't sell stuff again. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll have plenty to sell for tonight, I guess. Oh, here's a cow. The cow gives me a big, like, I think she likes me. Oh, this is my cow. Never mind. Trout. Oh, all my trees are ready. Well, a lot of them. Let's get a gathering coffee. Gathering, yes. Well, I'm gonna see if I can find cows elsewhere. Because I don't think they're here. Okay. Oh, I need more perfect bricks. Let's see if there's one here. Alright, cows, are you in the forest? Maybe not. It does not look like there's a cow here. Oh, come on. I don't like you. Thank you for stopping by, Tori. Good luck on your test. I hope it goes better than you think it will. Okay. Well, no cow. Almwood? That's new. Let us go to the dust cavern. I hope it goes well. Hopefully not too tricky. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Oh, there's a lady. A book! Yes! Study on Womperts. Doesn't bother her, I guess. Dryad card. Cool. Do I dare? I dare. Golden wood. Nice. I just don't like them. I do not. A rainbow card. Darn it. I was doing so good. Let's go back to Sunflower. Because I'm not sure how to find this person's cows. Those cows are hiding. Those sneaky cows. They took the hot air balloon and are hiding at the forest entrance and the cavern entrance. They're hiding behind things. Find as many as you can. Okay. Oh! Oh my goodness, there's a timer. What the heck?
No.
Is there one back here? No, I don't think so. This is not a lot of time. Oh, I see you. How do I get back there?
No.
I don't see any more. Would there be one in the port city? Somewhere? Yes, there is.
No.
Let's see if I have enough time to go to the library. No, I don't. pretty good. Oh my goodness, thank you! Not Dave again. For the subscribe. It's a subscription. Or for the follow. Oh my gosh. It's been a long day. Oh yeah, that's the cow back there. Trout. Another trout. Shocking. Cows can be mysterious creatures. I too am a mysterious creature. I don't deserve your compliments. Oh, let's hang out. Well, we're not gonna hang out for long because it's nighttime now, but that's okay. Nice. They ate all the food, which means we get to make more. Okay, yep, we're done. Hold on, let's see if there's anything interesting here. I don't think I have this. Yes. And let's sell some stuff. Lots of books. I don't have any weeds. That's odd. Let's do some lily pads. And other books. I only talked to 2 people. I'm so focused on the cows. Ooh, I can go open that chest in the... What's it called? Can I try cooking? Ooh. Hey, I'm Busby. Hello, Laura. What do you want? Well, I was in Sunflower's Tavern the other day, and you and Louise seem to have a lot of fun cooking new recipes. Do you think I could try? Absolutely not. Oh, come on, Busby. The tavern is strictly for me and Louise to practice our cooking skills. We are the 2 best chefs in all of Salem, you know. Yeah, but maybe I could try to be the 3rd best? No. Cooking is something special between Louise and I. You just wouldn't understand. Oh, okay. He's not gonna let her cook with him? That's so mean. The heck, dude? I must confess, there have been times that I ate 3 meals once at the tavern. Congrats on getting level 25 and cooking. Good. Must be getting quite rich now. I heard you already level 15 merchanting. Yes. Alright, what do you want? We do have those, so you can have it. A carrot. It's so good every time. Alright, let's try and talk to everyone today, because I did not do that very well yesterday. Oh, I can flirt with Willow. Ooh, you really mean it? You're being especially nice today, Louise. I think Willow's starting to like. I feel like she's been liking me for a while. Sunflower's Museum has so many things in it. You did a really great job collecting all those items. Thank you. Did I talk to him? Sometimes I store twigs in my eyebrows. What for? That's it? That's all you're gonna say about that? It's an interesting way to start, but I guess that's all he has to say about that. I think I will visit visit Dalton's general shop today. Ooh, maybe there will be some fresh dirt or weeds for sale. Wait, who's here? A group mom. Wait, I'm on a roll. I've caught over $1,000 today. That's very impressive. Hey, you can have this one. Thanks, man. That grand library seems so neat. Will you take me there one day? Sure. So, how many ores have you mined? I've mined over 500. Dang, guys. Okay, I've talked to everyone who lives over here. My blue-haired friend is over here. That Santa girl is so sweet. She brought me her famous weeds and dirt soup yesterday. Oh. Alright, sheep, what do you want? I don't have a crescent moon. I don't know where you get that from. Laura showed me the museum that you built. It is very impressive. Learning more about Solemn will lead us to discovering other floating continents one day. Let's hang out again. Let's walk around Sunflower together. Okay, I think that's everybody. A trout. Oh, come on. There we go. Yes, some more fruit. A golden bell. That's an interesting fruit. So I could destroy one of these and plant another golden bell tree. So that's 3 of that. Okay, that's probably good. We will leave it there. Let's see what's in here. Sure. Oh yeah, these are gonna respawn tomorrow. Or refresh, I guess. Sure. Okay. I am done spending money on that stuff. Cool. I feel like we already have... I bet I know who that's for. Okay, I'm spending a ton of money on furniture. But it's for a good cause, I guess. Oh. Oh, right, the cow's over there. Let's go. Well, let's see what this needs. Oh, perfect bricks. So, let's see if I have the stuff for that. No. Alright, let's go to the mines then. Get some. Oh my goodness. Okay, we did it. Now I just need to get up this way. That one is so fast. Excuse me, we are going this way. Okay, that's it for this cavern. So since we're here, let's see. I'm going to use more of this. Okay, let's go back to the caverns and go to the other one. We will get this one. And I think that should be good. We should have enough. Since we're here, let's just check. Alright. Let's get this red one before he comes back. Leave. Oh, Okay, let's see what's in the port city. Do they have any new animals? Is that a pig? Yes. We have a pig now. Yes. When I'm not playing Terra Monster, I like to write poetry. I can be quite romantic, you know. One day I'll find my special person. Have you found your special person yet? No. Sometimes I get in my undies and sunbathe on the pier when no one is around. Getting proper amount of sunlight is essential to having good skin. I don't feel like I needed to know that. Okay. Where's the merchanting one? A dewdrop statue. Cool. Let's do some fishing. Oops. A gobble nook? That's a great name for a fish. A trout. Okay. Let's go to the Grand Library. Why not? My, you've donated 2 books? Say, if you donate 20, I'll visit Sunflower. That's right, he won't come hang out with us until we've donated 20. I only have 2. Alright, let's go process fancy bricks. I think I need 8. Excuse me, friend. We did it! We finished the air balloon. Wow, I said that as one word. Air balloon upgrades. I feel like this is gonna fall off my head. Nice. What today's hit? We need this and this, I think. Maybe this fish? A fruity milkshake. Ooh. Okay, I am out of energy officially. Do some fish. All of the weeds. Oh, that's it. No, I don't want to sell those. Okay, that's good. Yes, I would like to go to sleep. Burnt feathers. Ooh. Okay, I can do this. I have to concentrate. Huh, I just love my morning baths. It's the only time I find any peace and quiet around here in Sunflower. Ooh, water seems to be perfect temperature on this fine morning. Super lightning bolt. I summon you to destroy the nearest living thing. My precious feathers. Huh. Oh no, Bubsy. I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. Why would you do that? You never know if someone's gonna be there. Oh, I need one more peachy out. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I'm gonna try to tame a Whomper today. Wish me luck, this won't be my first time. Good luck with that. He'd like to buy 5 Magikite at the marketplace. Okay, we can do that. Do I have Magikite? I have not sold any. Let's see if this works. That should be 6. He seems better. The dark trees in the endless forest don't attack me, you know. One look at me and they're instantly stunned by my beauty. Very nice. Purr, hello. I have been buying up all of those tasty fish sold in the marketplace. They're all so yummy. Heard of me. My name is Toby, the great wandering cat folk. Oh, and you're Louise, the hero of Solemn? Very, very interesting. Well, I must say I'm very impressed with your town. I've already lived 8 of my lives, and Sunflower is the prettiest I've seen yet. Well, I won't keep bothering you. I will be on my way. Oh, okay. Alright, what do you want now? So good. Hello, pig. I only have 1 onion, sorry. There you were. Do you like drinking coffee? I tried some the other day and I think it's yucky. Whompers seem to be a very interesting animal. Some creatures believe that they are natural guardians of something in the dust caverns. But what are they guarding? It's a good question. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe. Let's see. Journal. Maximilian. Let's hang out with Mel today because I think she's the lowest level of everyone. You really like my flower? Thanks so much, Louise. Yes, I do. Is it true that Solemn is a floating continent? How inspiring. I think I will make a big painting of Solemn floating in the sky. Let's hang out. Sure, what would you like to do today? Well, let's look at your store. Oh, that's cute. Almost 1,000? No way. It's not that cute. Whomper statue. Dang, her stuff is really expensive. No wonder she went out of business. Compared to the other thing. I guess she sells different stuff. I don't think I have that yet. Who wants me to buy plain flooring? I guess someone wants it. Okay. I think it's time to change where everybody's houses are. He is in the right place. She wants to be close to the museum. If she wants to be close to the museum, I'm totally gonna have to redo this. Oh, hello. Hello, Louise. Must be asking me to smack this bug, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Please give this bug a good home. I might just sell it. You never know. I only have one. I'm so sorry. You guys keep asking for it. I don't have the stuff for farming. I wonder now that I'm... Oh my goodness, I have mail. Your hair is simple yet effective. Thank you. I did 100 push-ups while Busby sat on my back. I guess you could say I'm pretty strong, right? I suppose. One day I would like to return to my tribe and prove to them I am not weak. Do you think I could do it? I think she could. Maybe what I could do, because I like having the town square in the middle, but instead of like rows, I could do I don't know. I could do like 2 up here, 2 here, and then put the stuff that people like near them. Or the things that they want to be next to, close by. I feel like this is really high. Well, I'm gonna sell some more stuff. Or go to the Master Forge. Ooh. Lots of stuff. Pegasus card. Imp card. Warlock card. Oh, what a cute bird. Well, look who it is. It's always good to see an old friend. If you want me to forge another magic sword, I cannot do that. Master Backless can only craft a weapon of that power once in a lifetime. Huh? Use your magic sword to slay the dark wizard? That is great news. It seems I had a hand in saving the world then, You sure did. Oh. I was wondering. I don't know what any of this is. Oh, I need to be level 99 to open these ones. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be a while before I get to level 99. I want to know what that is. I upgraded my hot air balloon as much as I could. And I can't get there yet. So what the heck? He's sleeping. He is no longer sleeping. Floating petal. A gobble nook. That's such a crane. Excuse me. Don't mind me. There we go. Trout. Oh, he's too far in. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need more dirt if I'm gonna make this master plan and change my place. A river crystal? Oh my gosh, I totally forgot that that was there. That was almost a problem. Oops. Let's see what I think. Okay, let's go leave the forest. Yeah, let's go to the dust cavern. I need more grassy earth, but it won't hurt. I want the chest. Ooh, that was really close. Okay, let's return home. Add some things here. Oh, I got a lot of wheats. Just get rid of those. Wait, let's see how much food we have. Oh, still lots. Okay. I think it is time to sleep. Yes. I did not talk to everyone today, but Mel's a higher level. Ooh, does that mean Toby's gonna live in my town? That would be cool. Lilith's powers. Ooh, we're in a new location. So you're the Dark Wizard. I've heard so much about you. I'm sure you have, and you must be Lilith. I've heard a great deal about you. Huh? What have you heard about me? Lilith, is it true that you have exceptional magical abilities? Abilities that you can't control? Huh. No, I can't control my abilities, just... Lilith, it is very important that you are honest with me. Psalm could be in great danger, and I think your abilities are a clue to solving this mystery. What? Psalm could be in danger? What do you mean? Wait, I'm not dangerous like you, right? Oops, I'm sorry, that came out wrong. I know you're just like Louise and can't remember your past. It's okay, Lilith, I was certainly dangerous before, and I think it was because I came into contact with a dark being. Do you remember when you acquired your powers? Now that you mention it, I had a very odd encounter at the Magical Academy. I was exploring the surrounding forest for mushrooms, and a shadowy thing seemed to pass right through me. The next thing I remember was waking up back in my dorm, but everything seemed different. Ever since then, I've had trouble controlling my magic. I've lost a lot of friends because of it. Incredible. You must have come in contact with the same dark being that I did. Oh no, Dark, I'm scared. I don't want to become the next Dark Wizard. I really can't control my magic sometimes. It makes me feel so weak and powerless. No, Lilith, you were stronger than me. The dark being took over my body and I couldn't resist it. Somehow you managed to remain as yourself, even gave some magical abilities. You are something special, Lilith. I think you can use those power for good, unlike me. Some scary stuff, Dark. I mean, there could be more of those shadowy things running around, Saul. But don't you worry. If I ever see another one of those things again, I'll blast him with the fireball. Thank you for your time, Lilith. I think I'm getting closer to figuring out what's really going on here in Solemn. Ooh. Interesting development. I did not know this game had a story, but it seems to. I'm cleaning up those pesky bees around town. Congrats on hitting level 30 in bug catching. You think he would like bugs since he's a bird, but maybe not. An egg. Seems so calm, but you killed the Dark Wizard with a sword. Yes. So the premise of this game is that you have forgotten the past. And you were like an adventurer before the game started and you forgot everything. So you forgot about it. And are now building a town. And the guy with the blue hair apparently was the guy that you fought, but he doesn't remember what happened either. So, I don't know, it's interesting. There's more story to this game than I thought there was. Hello, Louise. You're looking bright and healthy today. Thank you. Hey, Louise. I was running around Sunflower this morning and I found this on the ground. Here, you can have it. Thank you for the corn. Yes. Ooh. Heroic wallpaper. Sweet. Yeah, now he's just Dark. That's his nickname. Oh, hello again, Louise. You know, a wandering catfoot might get tired of wandering after a few lives. And Sunflower looks to be the perfect fit for me. What do you say? Should I move into your town? I'm easy to get along with. I have sharp claws, and sometimes people get along with me. Well, I can help with eating your fish if you have a fish problem. Okay. What do we need to build Toby's house? Oh, man. Okay. I don't have hardly any of those. Well, let's go forge what we can, and then I guess that's it. Okay. Oh, I should bring a friend with me. Let's hang out again. Thanks for that. Your compliment always brightens my day. Hey, Louise. Would you be up for a portrait sometime? I would love to make a painting of our hero. That's very sweet. Hanging out with you sounds like a fun time. Let's go to the forest. See if we can find more of the wood. I think it's this one, yes. Tara, thank you for the nature ribbon. Dewdrops, yes. Fun carpet. Someone left their dewdrops there. I think that's all there is of that tree here. Let us leave. And go to the dust cavern and see if we can get more of whatever the stuff to make the orbs is. Card. Wrath card. 2 drops. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it the red ones? I don't think I see any. Oops. Not sure what happened there. Ooh. Okay, let's go to the other cavern and see if there's some in there. It looked like it was like purple, so I don't think it's the red. is getting dark. Oh, I could have just gone home. Lots of bugs. Some weeds. Some fish. Let's see if there's another recipe we can make at the place. Hint, fish and fish. Flaky fillet. Nice. Oh, I don't have enough wooden plank for that. What should I focus on? Oh, let's go up here. Hold on. Grassy carpet. Grassy green carpet. Leafy bed. Nice. Yes, I would like to go to sleep. Wow, I didn't talk to hardly anyone today. Quite the talent. You were quite talented with fishing. Congratulations. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Hey Louise, how's your building going? I feel like I should be helping more. Here, take some building materials. Thank you. Yes. Oh, I can flirt with Laura now. Ooh, do you really mean that? The Grand Library seems so neat. Will you take me there one day? Oh, I want to eat a giant slime at the tavern. Okay. An horticulture. Oh, we've already had this conversation. Let's hang out though. I don't talk to you. Sunflower is so nice. I just love being around people. I picked the wrong place to work, you know. I'm not meeting any people down at the dust mines. That's fair. Boogie woogie. I wonder what it means. Yeah, same. Items. Oh, I got some more. Of the red stuff, but I don't know how to get more of the purple. Let's forge some more. It's the purple and the blue, right? Build mode. Yes, the orb. Hopefully I can find some more of that in here. Ooh, that was close. Is it with the dust, maybe? And this whole time, it's been easier than I thought. I do not like that. Nope. We will find out. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Well, luckily I can go to another place in the Dust Cavern today. Hey guys. Okay, let's go. Okay. What does she need still? Elfwood wallpaper? I don't think that I have that. I do. That does totally change look. A dainty table. I have it. And a grassy green carpet. Do I have it? Do I have it? No. Darn it. I almost had them all. Oh wait, hold on. Yes, I do. Yes. Oh. One leafy bed. She wants to be 20 paces away from the marketplace. Wait, hold on. And oh my goodness. I think I have the stuff for a rose lamp. Maybe. Oh, I don't have any beads. Oops. And I can't go to the forest because I already went there today. I will patiently wait the construction of my new forever home. I'm so sorry. I just don't have the stuff for it. Giant slime. Nice. Well, there is one of those. So I do not need to worry. Okay, let's see. A peachiot and a potato. Bubbled potato. Hello, hello, thank you. It has been a very exciting day. Thank you. I was like, I should do something silly. I don't know if, can you see? I'm wearing one on my neck too. Oh yeah, a little bit. Oh darn it, it's being hidden by my jacket. There we go. I thought it would be fun. How are you doing today? Dang. Okay. Thank you. I thought it'd be fun to change it up. It's been good. It's been a little slow, which is fine because it is a Monday night, and so I get it. Hello! Thank you for lurking. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that the pig is dirty. It is so fun. I adore this game. It's very chill, and I like that the time passes by only when you do stuff. I don't know. I like Animal Crossing, or not Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing. Who am I kidding? I like Stardew Valley. Okay. But, I don't know. I get too stressed out. Because I'm like, I have to do all this stuff before the time. Oh, yes, it is similar. You can, like, date people. And, I'm trying to think what else. Oh yes, I should go to bed. And you design your town. I've been meaning to do more moving around of stuff, but I'm kind of waiting until we get all the people here. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, it's similar to Stardew Valley. If you like Stardew Valley and are looking to play something new, I feel like this is a good bet. what's on, ooh, there's a present. Have you ever wanted to explore the well? Well, you should try using this tool to get down there. A rope. Sweet. 35 mining is hard. He wants a plumberry fizz. It's like a really roundabout way to ask for something to eat. Maybe instead they should just order it like in a normal restaurant. Instead of putting it on the board, having me go back to the tavern and cook it for them. I don't know. That just would make more sense to me. Ooh. Is it out of meteorites I make the stuff? I just know. Nope. What is this? I can't remember. No. Oh my goodness. There are so many. Yeah, and it's just like Stardew, there's like mining and stuff like that. Scorpion card. Hello, sir. I'm afraid of the pig man, so I will come this way. Asher Inspector. Lightning spell. Alright, let's get out of here. It's kind of stuck. Hopefully I'll find what I'm looking for so I can build that man. Ooh! That was very close. Trout. A purple sledge. My favorite. There are too many of these guys. Okay, let's leave the caverns. Do you have another cow for me? Yes! A cow pasture. I want it. A card. You know what? I should try playing this game now that I have all these cards. I think I have enough to play. Duel. Oh, I need... Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay, let's look at this. Lizard, deal 2 damage. Oh my goodness, this looks so complicated. Scorpion, basilisk. Dang, I have a lot. How about we just try throwing in random things and seeing what happens? Because I just want to try it. And I'm just curious. Do I have... Okay, let's do it. Duel. Oh, I have to do it across. Bridget is ready to duel. Louise's turn. Sure. I don't have enough Arcana to play this. Ooh. Block. No effect. 2. Oh no. Lisa's turn. So I have 1 Arcana. Okay. How do you get... None of them have a defense skill. Lumi11, thank you for the subscription. Or the following. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I keep calling it that. I really need to go to bed earlier. Deal 6 damage. Darn it! Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing very well at this game. Yes! Finally! Well, no defense from me. It's over. Oh, I got a plus 15 duelist badge. Sweet. Well, I kind of get how the game goes now that I've tried it one time. Are those fireflies? The speckles? I hope that's not just my eyes. Oh, I didn't get them fast enough. Hello, ma'am. Oh, I can flirt with her now. Oh, really? I mean, I'll try anything once. What did I say to her? Sometimes I like to sit in the tavern and draw new designs or decorations. Oh, I should do that at the coffee shop too. That is too funny. It is getting dark. Gobble nook. Well, let's sell some stuff. Why not? We'll catch some more. What? Why are leaves 50? Shiny shell. Sure. I haven't sold those yet. Oh, did I talk to him? I don't think I did. Oogie woogie. Sweet. I'll take it. I will take it. Green chair. Wallpaper. I'm gonna run out of money so fast. Right. Okay. I didn't have anyone hanging out with me that whole time. I only talked to 2 people. Dang. Wow. I leveled up a lot by playing that once. Rare item merchant. Cool. Look at him dance. I quite like your cooking at the tavern. Great job on achieving level 30 in cooking. Yes. Great job with your Terra monster dueling. You'll be a pro in no time. Thanks. Wakashugi. Thank you for the money. Oh, I can flirt with Ash. This is a new thing, too. Nah, I'm not very beautiful. You are beautiful. Aww. Huh? The rare item merchant is in town? Pretty neat. I'm not really a big spender for random junk, though. Let's hang out. Just keeps running away. Oh, I do have those. So good. I don't know where Adept Quester. Nice. I don't know where you get these crescent moons from. The rare item merchant is super excited to sell me some awesome goods. Sure. I don't need a meteorite, really. Like coin, also not really. I don't need an old leaf. I just sold some. Swallowtail. Look at all this fruit I'm getting. Ooh, time to go shopping. I would love to purchase some new inspirational items from that merchant in the town square. Do it. He has some leaves to sell. I mean, I guess leaves can be pretty cool depending on what they look like. A lily pad. Yes. I don't have any crescent moons, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't. Yes. Yes, more trees and more crops. Finally. I am running out of money so fast. Dresser. I just want to buy all the furniture. I should build some a pig pasture. I need one more wooden plank. And then I'll have it. I'm sorry, cat person. I just simply... I can grow potatoes finally. Destroy. Okay. Can't do that yet. Sweet. Let's see what trees I can grow. Ooh, I can grow a sourpuck. Those are so cute. But not a goop tree. That's all I have of that. Anyway, I need more wood. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. Where should I put it? By Amanda Dark's house. I need 5 wooden planks. I'm not sure what that does differently. I think I will purchase some new tools today to repair my dark broken soul. I suppose. It is what it is. Give me our things. Twig. Sweet. A trout. Shocking. I never get those. Well, this seems to be doing its job. Let's go. See if I can find more of that purple stuff. I don't know where I get it from. Oh, I thought we were safe. Is it? No, I'll stop from the dark matter. Ooh. That just is not worth it. It is not. Let's go get that card. Ah. Okay. Turn on. Whew. I did not mean to do that. Sell some eggs. We haven't done that yet. Some milk. Golden fleece. Magical cog. That's cool. I haven't sold these bad boys yet. Sweet. New goals. Compliment the townsfolk 10 times. Easy. Donate 25 items to the museum. I'm on my way. Collect 3 Toluca coins. Collect 1 meteorite. Cool. Yes, let's go to sleep. Oh, I thought I was going to do better at talking to everyone, but I definitely did not. Feeling energetic. 25 in farming. 55 merchanting. Well, that probably means I can plant a new... Nice. Plenty of that. Plant a new plant. Straight. I can finally plant an eggplant. So I can finally give it to my animals. Let's see. A card! Yay! Or a card. maybe. Yeah, where do you get that? I want more. No. I don't want to give that one away. A trout. Shocking. Sheep, what do you have for me? A fleece, yes. Dandelion. Oh, I can flirt with Bubsby again. No one has ever said that to me before. My, I've never seen such a strong person before. No, not you, that's Anna girl. Oh, he said that to me before. Did you know that trees will regrow from stumps in town? Unless they are burned to ashes. Have you tried any of Busby's herbal teas? They're so delicious. He really has good taste. Oh. Oh, my arms are super sore from all the mining I've been doing. I think I'm gonna take a break today. Do it. Take a break. Oh, another book. Now I have 3. I'm doing so good. Willow tried showing me how to bake her famous cookies. I ended up bringing the whole batch. Oh. My favorite quest that we did was hunting that huge basilisk near Glaive. You'd think that a city made of gold would be more brave knights and wizards. We were the only ones willing to take on the challenge. Hello, Louise. I hope you're having a good day. Are you taking care of yourself? Please have this healthy fruit. Oh, thanks. So I guess the cows now hang out in the grove. Cool. Hello, great mayor of Sunflower. What are you going to do today? Let's hang out. I really feel bad that I can't build his house. Let's try and play that game again. A chicken coop. Pasture. I'm so low on funds. Louise, I need help with something. I'm writing a poem, but I can't come up with a good compliment. What do you think? What's another word for pretty? Beautiful. I guess. Will that fit? Where's the T? Full. I wish it was a QWERTY keyboard. That would make it easier. Done. Beautiful. That's a good word. Thanks for your help, Louise. It's not easy writing poems, but I like a good challenge. I suppose. What level am I in fishing? I don't think I'm quite high enough yet to go on his boat. Oh, I can! Let's do it. Ooh, so you got over level 30 in fishing. Here, take this fishing license. You can use my boat to sail the seas. Let's go. Where do we go? Alexandria Bay. Hold on, how does this work? I think I found a rare fish. Yes. I think I found another rare fish. Seaweed, that's new. A fire carp. Another rare fish. A lava fish. That is very cool. Another fire carp. Can I only go out once a day? Well, that was fun. We should do that again. The sea star. Trout. Am I level 30? And bug catching? Yes, I should go do that other thing. Where you catch the spooky... What is that? Cute rabbit. I used to have it. Okay, I need to stop spending money. Oh my goodness. Okay. This thing. You've achieved level 30 in bug catching. I sure have. Here, take this gooey bomb. It can be used to activate the yellow tree. Do I just throw it? I'm not sure how. Oh, I give it to this. Hold on. What? Okay, now it has spawned bugs. A shell beetle. I think I found a rare bug. A fell bug. Another rare bug. Another fell bug. She made this sound like this was gonna be scary, but it wasn't. Good luck with catching bugs. Also remember to always wear a protection suit or the slime might melt your face off. I already sent 3 goobies to recovery ward on Papaya Island. Yikes. Well, I'm glad everything went well for us. What is this one? Oh, leafwood. That is not really what I need, but that's okay. I don't think I hear a tree. A scary tree. Wasp. Oh, there's no spooky tree. Sweet. I can do whatever I want. See if we can find that thing we're looking for. Ooh! Oh my goodness. We need to get out of here. Yeah, the red stuff you can just find anywhere. Ooh! Oh my goodness, that was so close. A wicked fairy. That's fun. Let's go. Look at all this money we made. Wow. What is this? I got Shugi. Thank you. Let's try making what it recommends. One of these. And is it a fire carp? A candy fireball. Ooh. Well, that's all for today. Because my day is over. Yes, let's go to sleep. Okay, I did better at talking to people. Not amazing, but better. Who am I the lowest level friends with? Dark is still pretty low because he's new. I'm feeling confident. Dang, there's only 2 more people I haven't met. She has 2 hearts, he has 1. Mel's pretty high. 23's might be the lowest that I can hang out with. Oh, Ash is lower. Let's hang out with Ash today. Yay, I added more than 20 items. Yes, I did indeed. I need 2 more items for the museum. That shouldn't be too hard. Any secret that I've been wanting to tell you. Are you ready? Okay, here it goes. I love sunflower. That was lame. I don't have your thing. Sorry. What does the pig give us? A shroom? How does that work? Magic? I do not know any spells, unfortunately. Rumor has it that you were quite talented with magic. Before you lost your memory, of course. I like that the pigs just have mushrooms for some reason. A grand oak chair. Sure. It's running out of items to sell me because I keep buying them all. I will buy all of the items. Let's cook some because why not? Okay, let's see. Fish and potato. Is that a green one? I can't tell. Let's try it. Ooh, trout potato sticks. That sounds really gross, actually. Well, it makes a lot of money. That's how you make most of your money, it seems. That's the thing. Another quest. A sour puck. I actually don't know if I have any of those. You may have it, chicken. Thank you, sheep. Okay, I don't think I talked to Dalton yet. I don't have it. Oh. Those kibbies of buying random junk at the marketplace. They purchased my old clock for over 1,000 teardrops. That is pretty incredible. I'm so sorry, I don't have your house. Maybe the other townsfolk will like me more if I try to talk to them. Why don't they talk to me first? That is fair. Oh, I can flirt with Laura again. Oh my goodness, I think I'm starting to blush. I really want to know what I say to these people. Oh, I forgot that I had this on my head. Not really sure how I go about finding them, though. Keep up the great work, Louise. I'm gonna take it easy today. My muscles are super sore from mining. Ooh. These are all new. Well, the potatoes. What is there are we doing here? Laura showed me the museum that you built. It's very impressive. Learn more about Selma and lead us to discovering other floating continents one day. Let's hang out. Let's see. What do you need in your house? Patch Or carpet. I do not have it. Spirit bed. I do not have it. A creativity chair. I don't have that either. Sorry. I think I got a bunch of stuff for our teacup bed. Do I have that? Hold on, that'd be here. Yes. And a dainty carpet. Do I have it? That's looking super cute. And now I just need to move her house closer to the museum. It is time. I didn't realize the map was back there. I will just build it here. Wants to be 20 spaces away from the smelter. Oh my goodness. I do have those historical things. Because I knew she'd want them. Hers is looking so cute. Historian table. I don't know if I have that or not. I sure do. I'll put it by your chair. One toy bear and a candy lamp. I think I have the lamp, but I don't know if I have the stuff for the lamp. Dang, I have all the stuff for her house. Oh, except for a toy bear. I don't have that. Is she not 20 spaces away from the smelter? I guess not. Let's move it over here for fun. Excuse me. Yes. Now I just need a toy bear. Sure. I didn't mean to come in here, actually. That was not my intention. I wanted to see if there was a toy bear. It seems that there is not. He's not selling things. We just keep bumping into each other, huh? Say, would you like to see a trick? Yes. Is that it? Let's try the other fishing place. Lake Owioki. The octopus is awesome. A seaweed. Oh, here we go. Another seaweed. Is that all we're gonna get? Okay, not just seaweed, thank goodness. A cod. another card. I wonder if it works the same for the bugs, where you can just go and get the bugs. You don't have to buy anything. We will find out. Well, you give me one. If you want a perfect gooey bomb, you're gonna have to need. Okay, I was going to get rid of shit, but I lost it. Oh, well, I'll be sure to spray glue carefully after you've melted. I guess you just do it. A rare bug, a golden crest, cool. A rare bug. Another rare bug. I should go put these in the museum. Over there. I haven't moved it recently. I don't know why I can't remember that. Oh, I don't think I can put books in here yet, actually. Yes. Yes. We're growing papayas yet. No. No. Yes, we have those. And corn. No, we only have one eggplant, I think. No, not yet. Why did I come in here? Oh, to do this. Yes. Okay. Oh, I already talked to her. I'm sorry, sir. I really want to build your thing, but I just don't have the stuff for it. Let's see if I can get it today. I think I'm going to end this day and then be done streaming for today. Because I am tired. Ooh, that was close. Ooh. This doesn't have what I want. Where do I get it? Because I can get the red one from here. But I haven't seen any purple ones. Should I sell two of them? There we go. Okay. Oh, I have plenty of recipes. And no wood planks. Shocking. Yes, I would like to go to sleep. No, I didn't talk to everyone, but I talked to a lot of people. Oh, level 30 in cooking. Nice. This is a new place. So, this is where our final battle happened. Below Solemn, there is a world full of darkness. I believe in my heart that the wizard originated from there. I cannot imagine what other dangers lurk below us. I must make a promise to myself and to Solemn right now. One day we will venture to the world below, Louise and we will destroy the source of darkness once and for all, saving not only Solemn but all of the floating continents. Until then, I will master the 5 elements of magic once more. I regain all of my abilities. I will protect this world. Laura has a gift for me. Where is she? In her house. Finally, another eggplant. You've done a great job donating items at the museum. Why don't you just play around some around town? Alright, friends. I think that's gonna be the end of the stream for tonight. Thank you for hanging out. I should keep this on. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been really fun.